Look, it's not the cause of depression, but there's a big thing about self-worth, where self-worth comes from. And, Jocelyn told me that, Wayne, if you lose everything, including family, job, everything, you're on the street, whatever you have left is what you should build your self-worth from. It's not an external thing. A lot of people, especially the youngsters now, their self-worth comes from how many followers they got. Adults come from how big their house is, what cars they have. But what I found out, and this is quite interesting actually, with Buddhism, Stoicism, some of the philosophies, even neurobiological science, happiness does not equal pleasure.
Correct.
Pleasure is not happiness.
Yep.
And there was a Buddhist philosophy that we are in a constant state of suffering because we are constantly pursuing pleasure.
Correct.
And so what's happened is pleasure is a dopamine. It doesn't give you peace. Happiness is peaceful. So you're
That's
constantly...
why the kids love the pew, 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 pew.
They do. It's a dopamine hit. And adults that will buy a more expensive car. But you see, dopamine doesn't last.
No.
And in fact, the body builds resilience to dopamine, which means you need more dopamine in order to get the same pleasure.
Absolutely.
So I found and I realized that we are constantly searching for pleasure, not because of the pleasure of the things we buy, but it's the relief of the pain and suffering that's within.
Yeah.
So
it's filling the void.
It's filling that void.
Yeah.
And, it goes back to ancient philosophies where they talk about people that lack a deep, full meaning in their life seek endless amounts of pleasure, even back then. But, and it's this never-ending circle. And I'm thinking people are putting their self-worth in the external things. So they're buying, that's the dopamine hit. They're getting bigger cars, bigger houses, and then realizing at the end of the day, why aren't they happy?